Hi, and welcome to my live card making tutorial. I'm Shelley Godby, and for 22 years, I've been teaching you how to create hand stamped smiles through my YouTube videos, my stamping blog, www.stampingsmiles.com, and my mailing list. You're welcome to subscribe at www.thestampersubscriber.com. And so today I'm going to be using the Winter Owls bundle. It'll be a Christmas card, but it can so easily be a winter card. And we need winter cards. We have the winter birthdays and other things to celebrate too. And let's check in. Oh, Miss Carol is checking in from Connecticut. Oh, and my buddy, Miss Jenny. Hi, I'm so glad you're here. All right, and if I remember, I want to show you some online exclusive products that'll be coming up. I'll show you that at the end. And for you lovely ladies that are here, I have embellishments. Last week I forgot them, so if I do, and I do that a lot, remind me because I can see. All right, so let's go ahead and change this up and start the demonstration. And there we have it. This Winter Owls bundle. When I saw this in the September through December 2023 Stampin' Up! Mini catalog, I'm like, ooh, this is sharp. And like I said, for winter and something masculine, we don't always have something, well, we have something masculine, but not a lot. And this really fits the bill. This would be a great birthday card for my brothers. And so we've got the Winter Owls stamp set and the coordinating Winter Owls dies. And you can order these together as a bundle and save 10% on both. Those savings can really add up. So we're going to use a mix of the dies because we've got dies that will die cut the images, right? You can see for the owls. And then we have some intricate dies that you can do an owl that's just really detailed. And we've got branches and the tree. And so like I said, we're going to mix them up and do them together. So let's get going. Miss Jenny says, great to see you. I can't see you, but you can see me. All right. So I would need to do some die cutting, but before we do that, I need to do some stamping. All right, put those out of my way. And what I have here is some basic white cardstock. Whenever you're stamping on white cardstock, you want to use our basic white cardstock. It has a smooth, tight finish to give you crisp, clean images. And my goodness, you absolutely want that. And so the owl, I'm going to stamp him in pecan pie. So here's the pecan pie classic Stampin' pad. You pick this up and slide that in out of your way. And here he is. Isn't he handsome? All right. So we'll go ahead and stamp him straight up and down. Voila, we've got it. All right. And we will use this again in a bit, but I'm going to go ahead and close it. And I pull on that lip and push and click and get that out of my way. So what I need now is my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and the coordinating dies that I just put all the way over here. Okay, so let me grab my machine. There we go. Open that up. Isn't that great how that folds away? It has a smaller footprint. Really, really like that. And then we need to build what's called a sandwich. And to do that, I'm going to start with a plate number 1. And then we need, because they're thin metal dies, to get the appropriate thickness, a plate number 2. And look, all of that's printed on here. You don't have to memorize this. You can read that. But, it doesn't take long before it just sticks in your head anyway. And then we need a plate number 3. Oops, let me turn it. There we go. Not that it matters. And you should rotate them. It's good to rotate your plates. And so then the cardstock we just stamped. Fantastic. And the coordinating die. All right. So I'm going to center this around. And then I've got some washi tape to hold that in place. I've ordered another adhesive that we're going to give a try. So hopefully it'll be here for next week. We'll see. So I'm centering this around, and I'm making several of these for a friend. And well, we'll see how it turns out. I I was purposely trying to get it tighter, that I had more room at the bottom because you'll see with the card, we won't see it. I didn't want quite as much white all the way around. Okay, here, I just love how smooth the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine does. All right, let's carefully peel that away. And I use this over and over and over. Okay. Oh, fantastic. All right. Okay, so I'm not quite, but it's going to get hidden. It's okay. I'm a little bit off over there. I actually went ahead and die cut one in case I messed up. Not that I messed up, right? Okay, so we got a little bit more die cutting. And so I have here some pecan pie cardstock. And we're going to do that tree, the detail. Wait till you see this. This is really cool. All of the tree rings that are, well, tree rings are when you cut it. So this is the bark. All right. And then again, with our cutting plate. Okay. We're going to use this piece. It feels like a cutout, but look at this. Isn't that cool? You've got all those lines that are cut in there. Love it. So we're done die cutting. Let me put this aside and we'll move on. Okay. There we go. Fantastic. And we, like I said, we will use that piece. At first I threw it away and then I was retrieving it out of my trash. Okay, trying to keep this not so. Now, remember I told you we're going to use this again, right? The pecan pie. What I want to do is give him some color. There we go. And I took and smashed the lid into the bottom to get some color in there. And we'll leave that open. Push it in a little bit, then it doesn't tilt. All right, so what I have here is one of the water painters. And it tells you on here to push. I'm going to squeeze this. It gets it wet, but also put some water in here. All right, and I want this to be a lot lighter for what I'm about to do. I want his face to have some color, but not be terribly dark. So I went with the lighter. There we go. Now let's take some of this darker. And where all these dots are, that shows us where the shading would go. And it's also providing some detail. Okay. And I can get away with this with watercoloring on a color that isn't, it's not a permanent ink because I'm using the same color. So let's do some of that lighter. Fill in. We're not going to see the bottom, so I don't need to worry about that. What I want to do, though, is frame his face a little bit. There we go. Give him a neck. And we will call that good. All right. So, fantastic. And, you know, here's a tip. Sometimes squeezing, you know, if you have arthritis, that might be a little tough for you. And so I use the ink refills and you can put it in. All right. And so I figured, well, if it gets on there, all you can do is re-ink the pad. All right. So we've got that done. Oh, I missed somebody. Hey, Miss Diane. Oh, from Minnesota. Okay. So we've got him done. And what I'm going to do is use, isn't this beautiful? This is from that open horse sleigh. DSP. It's one of the online exclusives. And I'm going to get 2 cards out of this. And so how we're going to do that is, here's my fancy dancy paper trimmer. So we're going to pick this up. And this is 6 inches. I'm going to cut it right in half at 3. Here's that 3-inch mark. We're going to place it right on the line, not next to it, right on it, butted up against here so it's squared off. And so you can follow the line all the way down. And we've got 2 blades on here. This lighter gray blade is a scoring blade. This is the cutting. And so this will be for my 2 cards. But for the one I'm going to demonstrate, let's go ahead and trim off the bottom. I'm going to do the full 5.5 inches. Here we go. Oh, I should show you. Here's 5, 6. That longest line in between is the halfway mark. So again, on the line, butt it up, and we'll cut that right off. And there we go. We have a beautiful background for our owl. Whoops. It's like a cattywampus. We can't have Stamping Smiles getting cattywampus. Yes, love this paper. One Horse Open Sleigh, right? Isn't that the name of it? 6x6 designer series paper. It is gorgeous. There are so many beautiful patterns in there. Okay, let me set that aside so I can see. And, oh, well, hey, we get to use the paper trimmer again. I cut it, and I don't know what I did with it. I need some mossy metal. Hold on. Yeah, I had it, but we'll just go from scratch. There we go. So we get to play with the paper trimmer a little bit more. Boy, I know I cut that. All right. I tell you, I would tell a friend that would stamp with me, I said, stick around. When I get old, I'm going to be a hoot. So I'm going to go the full length of the card. So I'm going to do 5.5 again. You remember where that is. 5.5. Cut. And we just did 3 inches. Wow. Okay, hold on. There we go. We just did 3 inches. So now I want this just to be a little bit bigger. If you push from the bottom, there, that comes up so nicely. So I'm going to go out to 3 1/4. There we go. Fantastic. And if I mess that up, I've got more. Oh my goodness. It's starting to become, what will Shelley mess up this week? Okay, so what happened to my paper now? Oh, there it is. See, I need you all to keep me straight. Isn't that pretty though? So let's go ahead and the Stampin' Seal, put my finger where it's opaque. And normally I would say 1 inch in each corner, but by the time I do 1 inch in each corner on a 3-inch piece, it's pretty much the whole way. All right. Well, somebody is saying good evening, Shelley, but it just says Facebook user, so I don't know who I'm saying hello to, but thank you for coming. I sure appreciate that. Okay. All right. I did not cut something straight, it looks like. It's wider on one side than the other. Boy, well, it may have been crooked before. Okay. Oh, Miss Lynn. Okay. Good, good, good. I've been wanting to talk to you too. We'll have to make sure that happens. See if I can straighten that up a little bit. Isn't it funny how just one little sliver can make such a difference? That's better. Okay. And what I have is, we've already done some cutting, so you've seen it. Some pool parties in here. Isn't that just so pretty? But so I'm going to do this. I'm going to have a bigger border over here. And instead of just leaving it plain, let's bring in the Pool Party Classic Stampin' Pad. Pick that up, slide that in. And the snowflakes are included in the stamp set. I try really hard when I design the cards to stay within a stamp set, because it's easy to pull from this and this and this, but then that could turn out to be a really expensive project. So I try really hard to stay within, and we'll use the greeting from here too. And so, but we're going to rotate this because because if you don't, they start looking really odd. So it takes a little bit to rotate, but it's so worth it, the look. And I wanted to leave the other side blank. Just wanted that pretty border on there. Okay, so let's go ahead and push that in and click and make sure that's closed. Fantastic. Isn't that nice? If you can see that. Miss Cheryl, hi. Oh, I'm just so glad you joined us. All right, so some more Stampin' Seal. I like that it's offset. I really like things to be even. For someone who loves things to be even, I find something like this to be really attractive, though. There we go. And so our owl is going to go into the tree. Actually, there was a sample in the mini catalog with this, and they made a gift. It was for a gift box. And so I adapted the sample period, but took that idea for a card. Oh, Miss Cheryl loves owls. Well, then if you don't have the stamp set, you absolutely need it. Okay, so I'm going to place this here, but you'll see if we don't put this in there, he gets lost. But he's going to be in the tree, so we're going to grab my paper snips and do some surgery. Ouch, 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 ouch. So there we go. Okay. So let's take some Stampin' Dimensionals. That'll give it some depth, which is really a good thing. And we'll build this up. Hey, I sure have a nice set that the backing's coming off so easily for me. Okay. A couple more down here. That these grooves are in there are so cool. And then along the edge, you can cut the Stampin' Dimensionals, but why bother when we have this thing called mini Stampin' Dimensionals? So cool. Give it some support around where he will be. Yes, Miss Cheryl says she needs a stamp set. Yes, she does. Well, like I said, this isn't just winter. Won't this be great to have a set for some guy cards too? Okay, so some of that is peeled off. Okay, that one didn't, so we're going to press down, and that makes that edge pop up. Isn't that cool? Just the neatest trick instead of fighting them. And I'm going to be wondering where that mossy meadow cardstock went. Okay. So I thought about putting it down all the way to the bottom so it wasn't floating, but you know what? I decided I didn't want that, and it's in the snow, so it's not floating. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. Some more Stampin' Seal. And I'll keep an eye out in case anybody has any questions. And we'll put this down into the hole. Oh, good. All right. And then see, he goes in the tree. So we need some more Stampin' Seal for Mr. Owl. Oh, okay. Miss Cheryl says she loses things all the time. Yeah. Yep, I hear you. It's like, I know it's here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the paper snips because I know I want him in how I want him. And I'm going to pick this up so he's in the tree. And we'll use these to move him over a little bit. There we go. There we go. Now he's in the tree and looking oh so adorable. You know what? I'm fooling around. I'm just pushing this back piece over a little bit. I didn't want to see any kind of gap. Isn't he cute? Oh, so cute. Yes, ma'am. So cute. All right. So now a greeting. And I thought this greeting was fantastic in here. Excuse me. It's winter. It's getting to be winter. My nose runs. May you have the time to enjoy the quiet moments of this season. Isn't that true? We get all the hustle and bustle. And so we need to take the time to absolutely enjoy Christmas. So I'll show you. I was trying to decide between Pool Party and the Basic White, and I'll show you the two for my greeting. I chose Pool Party, but I do want you to see, so remind me if I forget. Okay, so I've got the Mossy Meadow Classic Stampin' Pad. I did try it with the pecan pie and preferred this. So give this a nice good inking. Come over here, straight up and down. Fantastic. Okay, so let up a little push, pull on that, click. And I have here, oh, it's the hexagon. Oh, I forgot it. The hexagon something. And this is an online exclusive. Heartfelt hexagon. I'll have the name for you. Sorry about that. It's in the description. But this is an online exclusive, and it just is a really cool shape, and it fit this perfectly. And so when I say online exclusives, heartfelt hexagon. There you go. Thank you, Miss Jenny. It just slipped my mind. And so when I say online exclusives, you don't see them pictured in a catalog. They're pictured online only in my online store. Look at that. Fantastic. So very nice shape of a punch. So let's go ahead and take some more of our Stampin' Seal. Isn't this paper is just gorgeous? And I'm going to tuck it in here a little bit. There we go. And I'm remembering. Miss Patricia says she forgot about the punch. You know, it's easy to do with the online exclusives. It's easy to do. And so what I have here are the pastel adhesive back sequins, and everything I'm using. Oh, thank you, Miss Carol. She said, oh, let me show you. So, haha, thank you. Everything I'm using, I checked before I came online, is available. All right. So I thought the gold would be pretty with all this warmth. And we have a couple different sizes. And come up over here. And a small one over here. And a larger one again back over here. Oh, and I told you. Okay, so I had to choose between that. And I went with this because I thought it still looked like the sky or the basic white. So you can choose. Oh, thank you. Someone else. Oh, here we go. Thank you. And so I went back and forth. And obviously this is what I decide on. Now what I want you to see is the other card that I made, because remember we have that other half of the paper. We have the other half. And so I made another card, and I was more interested in the trees than I was the cabin. And so this one, oh, okay, Miss Cheryl prefers the white, but awesome. You know, that's why I wanted you to see it so you could make those decisions. And so this ended up being just the opposite, because I was more interested in seeing the trees, like I said, than the other. And I thought that turned out cute too. And so there you go. So whatever, whichever that you like, the white, the Pool Party, it's always good to have choices. And I like you to see the choices that I made and the thought process that went into my handmade cards before I bring the design to you. So let me come back and, oh, no. I want to give you time for if you have any questions, but I told you I want to show you some of these online exclusives that are starting in November, and it's not November 1st. I think it might be as late as November 6th. Okay, look at this. The Fluffiest Friends bundle. How cute are these? all these fat little animals. They say fluffiest, yeah. And then the dies to go with this. Oh, there we go. And then, so of course we have the dies for the images, but then some other intricate dies, some leaves and the beehive and grass and leaves. And then, so he can be in a dent. Look at all that. How stinking cute is this? And then the other one is gorgeous. So let me grab that. Whoops. Here we go. So we got the fluffiest friends. And here, the garden meadow. Wow, huh? Very, very pretty. Absolutely. Okay, so let's have a look. Oh my gracious. This looks so much like my mom. She'd rather be out in the garden than any place, out in her yard, working all of that. Beautiful. So, dies to cut out that, but then so many more intricate dies, the fence and wow. And so an arch, right? Beautiful. I can't wait to play with this, but this gets even better. Okay, so there's a ribbon. Okay, ribbon is fun. Got some stitching in there. And then the birds and dragonflies, right? Adhesive back dragonflies and birds. Very nice. Good bit of those. Wait until you see the paper. Oh, Miss Jenny just ordered the bundle. Oh, look, look, look. And I'm going to do this with you. I got it open, but I didn't go through them. But, oh, wow. And then we have the other side. Okay, so the wood. Look at these. Wow, they are so gorgeous. They all, and I'm sure I can say they look like they were hand painted. I'm sure they were. Stampin' Up! Has their own artist. And so you're getting 4 sheets of each, which is wonderful. Look. Oh, I just can't get over how amazingly gorgeous these are. And they just seem to get better and better and better. Oh, stunning. Yes. Miss Jenny says stunning. And oh, wow. Oh, I'm so excited about this side. I'm not showing you the opposite side. Okay. I do love all things watercolor. So it was, oh, that's pretty. Okay. So let's, oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. They just keep getting better. I agree. Did I show us the opposite side? Oh, nice. Ooh. Oh my gracious. Wow, wow, wow. Ooh, that one's really colorful. That's the first one. The others were more of a neutral. Beautiful. Oh, wow. Oh, very nice. Very, very nice. That one reminds me of one we've seen, but I'm sure it's different. Yeah, that's definitely different. We didn't see that. And these are the last. Oh, ooh. So these will be available in November. So that means you need to get your Christmas cards done. Do you have your Halloween and Thanksgiving cards done and your Christmas? So then you can play with something like this, the garden meadow. Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. So here are, some ideas for that would be a great Christmas card or just winter cards. So let me come back and I'm going to watch and see if anybody has any questions. And there we go. So I'm so glad you joined me. And for my winter handmade card, the nature card with the Stampin' Up! Winter Owls. And All the supplies that I use to make this are available to order in my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. So I'm watching to see if there are any other questions. Miss Jenny says, thank you. You are most welcome. I'm having a ball doing the live videos. So get on over to my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. I'm Shelley Godby, teaching you how to create hand stamped smiles. Thanks for watching.